Hello everybody, my name is Ancient StarCraft here with game number 2. Okay, slow down. Here with game number 2 against two bitter rivals, Princeton versus Rutgers. Now, again, I'd like to give a good shout out to Eric the Red, who's from Rutgers University, who told me that where the replays were and had pretty much said, hey, come aboard as a caster if you want. And I said, you know what, fine. And I actually reached out to them first. So we have our purple Zerg player Spec, who does hail from Rutgers University, will be versing Hazelnut, the blue Protoss from Princeton University. Map is going to be Zelnaga Caverns. A little extraction trick done by Spec. And again, if you didn't watch game number 1, please do. Game number 1 is pretty good. Princeton against Rutgers. Princeton did take game number 1 though, so Spec in a little bit of pressure. You don't want to give any momentum to anybody. Pretty much, like once the team's in a winning streak, it's like a mental game at the same time. So you want to be able to put something positive on the table, and like in martial arts tournaments, when the first guy loses and I'm the second guy, I'm just like, oh man. This probe is going to do a bit of a middle line harassment. He's just going to poke in here, deny this drone from mining. And he's going to do this a couple of times, I guess. Maybe once a time. We do see a gas before pool opening, both on 14. Alright, there we go. 3 drones finally being transferred in. Meanwhile, we have a standard type of opener. There's a little bit of space here, I think. Not sure. But it looks like he's going to do a more traditional wall in. This drone is going to also do some sort of middle line harass and going to try to actually deny this action. He's going to be able to deny the cyber core for a little while. We have two pros pulling off the line, and this pro finally gets the cyber core down. Unit count's relatively even, 17 pros to 16 drones. And our Protoss player did get his gas. He's getting 2 gases relatively early. I guess we could see some sentries, maybe a sentry push or some sort of timing attack with those 2 gates, but who knows. And there's a little heart made by Spec. I love you too. And we see Hazelnut's probe actually gonna come in here and try to steal some. Guess not. Now we just see Metabolic Boost researching, and now Spec has removed all his drones out from that. From the extractor. This lone drone with a mouthful of minerals is trying to get out, trying to go back home, but there is a zealot just guarding, and the zealot will pretty much tear this drone apart. Now he's got to be able to scout that there's another gateway coming now, and this drone's got to get a lot of scouting in. Actually, there's another gateway. Okay, so he's going for a 3 gate. So also the 3 gate. His sentry comes out. Zealot pokes, and the first Berserkers are out. It's going to be walking right at the natural of Hazelnut. And saying Hazelnut, I don't know, that just feels a little weird. So if I call it Hazel, you know why. The Zealot is going to like micro back just to make sure it's not going to get surrounded, but he will lose that probe though. Poor probe. And another standoff. Now there's 4 more Zerglings, Metabolic Boost just finishing. He's going to try to put a pylon here, trying to do some sort of SimCity wall in so that this Nexus and buildings here will be able to block the entrance to the main, or at least make it a lot longer than it should be. Zerglings still trying to poke in here, but we do have 2 sentries out on the field. And Spec's not going to be able to do too much. Although this Zealot is in fact damaged, so they'll be able to take out the Zealot. Maybe it'll force these sentries to use a force field, which Hazelnut is not going to want. Zergling's going to be able to take out that probe again, so he does lose a second probe. A force going down. I guess we might be able to see some cannons and or upgrades. Now he is looking to expand, but all in the meanwhile, Spec has already established his second base, his natural, and has a macro hatch incoming. Now if you look at the tech structure, we do see an evil chamber just about to pop in about 4 or 5 seconds. And let's see, he's still only working off of 1 gas, so larva injects pretty on okay. Inject. No, I guess not. Zerglings are gonna come up here and try to see what's going on. Of course, there's a pylon here. 1 Zergling does go down. But this is a scouting party. These 4 are just going to run around, frolic across Zelnaga Caverns. Like it's their little part that they own. And this probe might get... Ooh. This probe is definitely going to die. Sorry, probe. Your life is short-lived. Now, the reason I clicked here and saw that there was an Overlord, this Overlord placement is actually decently good just because it is only one of the very few airspace that you could actually just fly an Overlord here. Relatively safe without getting it taken out by ground units that can shoot up. Supply, we do have a really decently large supply lead from Spec 70 to 53, but Spec is a little bit supply blocked. Zerg melee attack 1 is going to be upgraded right now. So could we see some Ling Bling Muta plays? We might be able to, but we will exactly see what Spec has in store. Protoss Weapons 1 is about to complete, and if you made Mama Ship, I'd be ready. I guess that's because he's announced. I guess he's kind of announcing that he has the lair. I don't know. We do see a gold expansion hatch going down for Spec, and if he manages to get this down and have it start mining down, it's gonna put him really ahead. Supply is 82 to 63. Let's look at a unit count for a little bit. 8 sentries, 2 zealots versus 35 lings, 43 probes to 57 drones. Which I'm actually afraid to look at the income tab, but I'm going to anyway. We see him being about 400 minerals ahead. Now, Spec does run his Zergling force around and going to try to knock these 2 out, but decent force field. It's going to trap 5 lings, and all 5 of these lings are going to get zapped by sentry. Death by sentry. I feel like a noob. Death by sentry. Oh god. Just imagine. You pretty much get hit by 7 damage. Actually, 7 damage, I guess it's alright. For a sentry. We do see a changeling just gotta be running in here. Alright, let's see if that changeling dies anytime soon. Roach is now on the way. Boro being upgraded. But Galia's Constitution is about to finish, and he's going for a Zerg missile attack 1. Again, he's going for some sort of Roach Ling Ling Roach Hydra play, is what I could guess. And oh ho 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 ho. Hazel. Spec, you sneaky. Putting a zealot here, he's gotta be able to get all sorts of scouting info. Does see the robotics facility. He does have some overseers though. This base is just about it's decently saturated. He should get 2 gases pretty soon. But let's see what other tech he has in his building. Not too much. He did throw down a Hydra den somewhere right here. He's not researching group spines though. And we do see a mine engagement happening here. Ooh, that's a lot. Actually, that's a lot of sentries in this little ball here. Sentries going to try to do force field. I would guess who gotta go down. He does lose 2 sentries, 3 sentries, and force fields are not the best. Wasn't quite Zergling proof. Roach is gonna be able to do here and do a lot of damage. But Guardian Shield, giving that +1 to armor, is going to be able to make those stalkers more fortified and be that more resilient. Though the one that I just clicked does go down. Proxy pilot about to come up. You see a groups of just herds of overlords going around everywhere. Probe just came in to scout and see that there's a crap ton of roachness, and force field not the best, but he does close that little gap up in the end. It's going to force Spec to move all the way back. And Spec still looking very good. Supplies 170 to 96 right now. And oh wow, this force field placement isn't the best. Roach is gonna be able to come in here. Flank done by Zerglings. Really pretty decent flank. He's gonna be able to take out a lot of sentries right now. He only has about one. He has one sentry left. Here comes a major push from the Roaches, but we do see a team of 5 Lings going into this mirror line. It's going to be able to take out maybe 1 or 2, but somehow all the Lings wind up focusing onto the Zealot, and does wind up. Ah, that's cute. Hiding 2. Just burrowed in there. He's actually burrowed pretty much everything except for this group of Lings. Spec wanting to get that 3rd base up as decent as he can. This is a really big force. Infestation pit about halfway done. Zerg melee and missile attack level 2 is actually being researched right now. Let's see. We see a Twilight counts going down. Where is it? I can't find it, but he's actually added a lot more gateways since we last checked his base. He has, let's see, total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 gate. 9 gate single robo just pumping out observers, and I really wish we will see a Colossus tech switch very soon. But he does have to take another base. Zerg's theory of mine is that you should always be a base ahead of your opponent, of a Protoss player. We see a 5th base actually about to go down from Spec. Spec actually doing an okay job mining these patches out. There could be a little bit of more drones here though. If you look at the unit count, we have 58 Lings, 10 Hydras, 36 Roaches versus 5 Sentries, 21 Stalkers, 11 Zealots, 61 to 55 Miners right now. This lone changing going, hey guys, what's up? Now we don't see too much. This Overlord is going to spread creep. Wow, I can't really speak for some reason today, or any other day, or any of my casts. Leave me be. See, this base is about to be set up. No one in gas though, and we see a Spire going down for Spec, and Spec does have the Hive. Now, what is he going to do? Where is his other buildings? Let's see. Ooh, we see a Nidus network. I could imagine him Nidus networking here, or more towards here, and we're going to see a Nidus worm coming out right here. This force is going to try to deny this 5th base. Force field going down. He's probably going to be able to take out this base, but this Nidus worm is about to finish though. And Hazelnut's army is completely out of position to deal with that at home. He does take the headshot. He's going to have to pull all the way back. He does warp in 5 Zealots right now. With Zealot with charge, 2-1 upgrade. He's going to be able to do a decent amount of damage to the Roaches. But he's got to spill a lot of units coming out from this Nidus worm. Spec is just flowing in units right now. So what can Hazelnut do? He's got to try to move into these units, but there's only that one slight little gap. Stalkers are blinkless. They have no blink right now. This Roach Hydra composition is actually decently strong. Force field's going down, and he is forced to retreat back. There's just a lot too many. No unit, one Hydra left behind. And this Nidus one, it's gotta go down. Slip in. Like so. Now we do have Archons on the field for Hazelnut. Archon does 43 to biological units, but we'll see how he can do it. He should really have his Archons in the front. He's going to try to take his gold base, realize that, hey, I'm really behind in economy. 186 supply to 122. If you look at the unit count, we have not that much from Spec and a whole lot more. Judging, oh my god, that's 90 Lings. Oh, I see something very bad. He's got to go for the attack. Zerglings getting the decent surround. Roach is doing so much damage. But it's just gonna push in, pretty much take out every stalker that's here. And they're gonna be able to take this 3rd base out. And I don't see Hazelnut recovering from this. He is trying to save this base, though, but Hazley finally calls it GG and does leave the game. Right? Right. So I hope you guys enjoyed game number 2, where Rutgers actually caught up and took game number 2. So right now it is 1-1 in the series of best of 4 with an ace match if it goes to that. Well, it's best of 5 technically. Alright guys, I'm going to be catching game number 3, which is going to be a 2 versus 2, Rutgers against Princeton. Stay tuned.